The man unexpectedly learned that his family's 8 million yuan demolition compensation was taken away by two people who suddenly appeared in the household registration book. But he was not angry. He even persuaded his parents, who had been married for 30 years, to divorce. Then he took his father to borrow 10 million yuan in high-interest loans. It turned out that just 3 days ago, the rural man went to collect his family's 8 million yuan demolition compensation. But the staff told him that his family's demolition information had been registered 1 month ago, and now the demolition compensation will be credited in a week. But the man's family came immediately after receiving the news. They had never registered at all. The staff could not tell them who the other party was due to the system. In order to find out the truth, the family came to inspectorate. Surprisingly, the information of the wife and son in their household registration book was changed, and they didn't know the two strangers in the household registration book at all. And their current household registration book was also ruled invalid. If they wanted to delete the two strangers from the household registration book, they had to have the two strangers come to the scene to sign in person. The man's father was immediately anxious when he heard this. After all, they didn't know the two strangers in the household registration book at all. How could they find them? The police saw that the other party didn't seem to be lying, so she immediately called the two strangers. But the other party claimed that they went abroad for a trip and would not be back for a month. But the demolition money would be paid in a week distribute, so they can't get a penny. The man was ready to find the two people when he saw this. However, the police couldn't tell the man about them. This made the man furious, because the other party was obviously breaking the law by falsely claiming the demolition payment. But the police told the man that the two people's procedures were legal and compliant. The man had no choice but to find a lawyer. However, the lawyer also said that the other party was legal and compliant. Just when the man was desperate, a news intermediary suddenly found the man. At this moment, the man was not in the mood to pay attention to him, but the intermediary told the man that as long as he gave him a mobile phone number, he could find all the other party's information. This moment gave the man a glimmer of hope. After a while, the intermediary found the other party. The other party is a mother and daughter. They have no job and no pension, but they have 3 luxury houses in their name. They are now renting a house in the village next to the man. After getting the news, the man immediately brought his parents to find them. The woman was very scared when she saw them, so she immediately pretended not to know them and wanted to lock them out. Fortunately, the man stopped the woman and kicked open the door of their house. He angrily asked the woman why they were on his family's household registration book. At this time, the woman was still pretending to be confused. She wanted to drive them out. But how could the man leave? The woman stopped pretending immediately when she saw this. She threatened that whose name was registered in the demolition information. Then the demolition money whose it is. She also turned the tables and said that the man's family was making trouble unreasonably. Threatened to call the police to arrest the man. But the man told her that he had called the police before he came. The woman immediately changed her face when she heard that. She immediately smiled and raised her arm to send the